So where will the Gears of War story go from Gears 5? Let's talk about it. So guys, at the end of Gears of War 5 or Gears 5, we know that, obviously spoilers here, guys. I had said earlier on that we were going to be doing spoilers, but spoiler warning here, guys. You have to make the decision between either killing Del or JD. And then from there, the story essentially ends with, of course, the Swarm Queen, and obviously the Swarm as a whole. After you utilize the Hammer of Dawn, there is still an obvious urge that they need to go after the Swarm head on and really end this thing once and for all. And I think what this sparked was another trilogy, which we're going to be taking the helm, I believe, in Gear 6 with Kate once again. I'm not sure with canon who is going to survive, that being JD or Del. But that being said, I think that the story is going to continue them going after the Swarm. I would assume personally that they, obviously there's going to be new units and new Swarm, characters that we have to go up against. I'd love to see like a General Rom 2.0, like something, really like a real sidekick to the Swarm Queen. I think that would be very interesting. But I do think, guys, that in Gear 6, it's going to continue this, and it's going to, they're going to continue chasing after the Hive, going after the Hive and trying to take out the Swarm as we know it. And then I think, of course, in Gear 7, that will finish and wrap up. And I think that there's going to be a lot of sad moments along the way, like will Marcus Phoenix die? Will, some of these other characters die, like Baird or Cole? Some of these guys, there's going to be more decisions that have to be made because they kind of hinted or alluded at it within Gears 5 because you had to make a choice, a very difficult one between Del and JD, as to which one were you going to kill. And that being said, I gotta say that I love where this is going, because at the end of Gears 5, it was like, look, it's pretty much only beginning. We won this battle, but the war is going to continue raging onwards, and so the team is together to take on, the Swarm Queen. And I mean, I do think, guys, that I would be surprised if they say at the end of Gear 6 or at the end of Gear 7 that there's actually going to be more Gears of War games. I just don't know if they're going to continue it at that point. It's very hard to say, but that being said, nonetheless, I'm excited to see the process, right, unfold before our eyes and to really see like where they go with it. To an extent, I feel like, are they milking this series too much? And that's been a big question that a lot of people have been talking about and debating about. And I don't really know, because Gears of War 3 was technically the end of the trilogy, and then Gears of War Judgment kind of went back in time. So it's kind of hard for me, at least, to say whether or not they're really milking the series. Maybe they aren't. Maybe they're continuing, because if you look at like Call of Duty, we get a new Call of Duty every single year. So that being said, are they milking Call of Duty? I mean, probably not. I mean, maybe a little bit, but it seems like they're making new games consistently, and they're all different from one another, and I think that's really great. With Gears of War, I want to see them continue. I want them to see them continue the series and continue the story, continue the multiplayer, continue the esports side, continue everything that we enjoy about Gears of War. It gives us years upon years of playing these games, and that's exciting. So that being said, I mean, where is Gear 6 headed? It's really hard to say. I think the biggest question is JD or Del? Which one is alive or which one, is dead? And that's going to be a big question, guys, when we're moving into Gears of War 6. And then, of course, into Gear 7, we'll have to beat Gear 6 to see what happens in Gear 7. All we do know is that there's going to be a Gear 6 and a Gear 7 because those have been confirmed. But where do you guys think the series is going? Where do you think it's heading? Do you think Kate is still going to end up becoming the Swarm Queen at the end of Gear 6 and then we have to take her out in Gear 7? It all comes full circle. That is a huge question, guys, because I would think it would be very interesting to see us play as Kate, and then Kate ends up as the Swarm Queen, and then we become JD again, or maybe Marcus, and then you gotta go after her in Gear 7 and take out the Hive for all they're worth and end it once and for all. It's going to be interesting to say the least.